So out there right now, it's a pretty decent evening across Central Texas. I know you probably don't have any late night plans on a Wednesday, but if you do, 66 to 68, that's not bad at all. Again, we were up in the 80s today, so we've fallen off a little bit. Not going to have a whole lot of efficient cooling through the overnight because we do have some humidity in the air, and because of that, things are going to stall out just a little bit. We're going to see those temperatures probably still in those 60s as you wake up tomorrow morning. Winds have not been an issue today, and that's good news because, again, we're drying out with those westerly winds. If they were stronger, we would be talking about much higher fire danger with that in play. But again, that was not an issue today. Most of us staying around 5, 10, 15 miles per hour throughout the course of the day. Want to show you our dew points. So things are kind of creeping up in terms of dew point. Now, I know people, when I start talking about dew points, you start saying, I don't want to hear about that. All it is a measure of the moisture in the atmosphere. And the higher the number, that means there's more moisture. So in the case of Temple, Marlin, when you see 61, 59 in Waco, these are actually pretty comfortable numbers. This is where you would expect your dew points to be on a very comfortable day. When you look back towards Brownwood, 46, that's on the lower end. And some of the numbers west of I-35 were actually much lower today than they are right now, and that's just because we've seen southeast winds sneak back in. So if 46 is dry, take a look here at what's going on in the Panhandle. 10, that's your dew point in Amarillo. 15 in Lubbock. This is extraordinarily dry air. If 40s is dry, once you get down into 10-degree range, yeah, it's extremely dry, extraordinarily dry, and unfortunately dangerously dry because they are dealing right now with some wildfire concerns. You see red flag warnings extending still through the Panhandle, the South Plains, up through Oklahoma, and even into Missouri at this hour. And again, that's the extent of where we're kind of seeing that highest fire danger. And again, it's not just academic at this point. We do have some ongoing wildfires to talk about. The Ranger Road fire, we were talking about this one earlier near Beaver, Oklahoma. 283,000 acres burned at this point, only 15% contained. At least that's up from 0 where it was earlier today. The Lavender fire there in the Panhandle, 12,000 acres burned, 15% contained. 9,000 acres on the 8-Ball fire. At least they're up to about 35%. And again, near Woodward, again, fires burning basically all across West Texas and western Oklahoma. As we look at our fire concerns for tomorrow, they're not necessarily terribly high here. Again, it's not what they're seeing in West Texas, but yeah, moderate range there as we're going to see those west winds get a little bit gusty in some areas west of I-35. So we'll keep an eye on that, but things calm down throughout the day. Again, fire danger here, not terribly high, but again, don't light anything on fire at this point. Other than that, temperatures in the 50s and 60s as you wake up tomorrow morning, back up into the 80s for tomorrow afternoon, and then as promised, we do see February temperatures return back into our 7-day forecast here as we get into the weekend. So front comes through between Friday, Saturday. That's going to cool things down to about 70 degrees for your Saturday. Saturday should, for all intent and purpose, be a great day. Mostly sunny skies, 70 degrees. After that, this is where we're supposed to be for this time of the year. And I've mentioned that today. I'll mention it again. We're supposed to be in the middle 60s, and that's where we're going to be Sunday, Monday. The issue, of course, is that we're going to wake up in the upper 30s, lower 40s, but then things do start warming back up as we head into the middle of the week. And if you want to keep up with your forecast on your time, you can download our 6 Plus app and stream your forecast for free 24/7.